Good morning, my name is Dee White. Once again, I'm sad to report that among all large cities, Portland continues to have the highest levels of lead in our drinking water. This chart shows lead levels indicating the effectiveness of corrosion control from consumer confidence reports, otherwise known as water quality reports. EPA requires this reporting from water utilities yearly. There's Portland in the middle of the chart, the one that looks like a high rise, the highest bar by far. Flint is on the right. I didn't have room to get all the letters in, the names of the cities, but Flint is the far right bar. Lead in water is tasteless, odorless, and invisible. There's no safe level. Pregnant women and babies who are exposed to even small amounts of lead suffer lifelong health harm to brain development and the nervous system. A 2016 OHSU study confirmed a causal link between childhood lead exposure and ADHD. Lead also causes irreversible blood cell damage that can lead to cancer, kidney disease, and a major risk of death from heart attacks and cardiovascular disease. Portland is blessed with pure, soft, corrosive water from a pristine, federally protected watershed. Nevertheless, due to unethical and misguided policy adopted by our city council, we are facing a silent public health threat in Portland that has nothing to do with cryptosporidium, an intestinal malady, and everything to do with lead, a potent neurotoxin. Portland ratepayers will continue to be shackled with skyrocketing water bills for cryptosporidium treatment, unquestionably costly and unnecessary, while y'all simultaneously downplay the lead issue and delay optimal treatment of our soft, corrosive water. This is a travesty. Over 2 years ago, EPA ordered the city to expeditiously reduce high levels of lead. Unfortunately for our community, rather than trigger an alarm and immediately follow the law, the water commissioner deemed EPA's call to action a non-event. Commissioner Fish, you need to own this public health threat and not continue to ignore federal law, dismiss citizens' concerns, and blame customers' plumbing. Stop passing the buck to all of us. We know there's an inextricable link between corrosive water and lead levels found in customer taps. Somehow, the public has been kept from learning that the Water Bureau's ongoing exceedances are preventable. I'll leave you with this question. You convinced City Council to approve a $500 million filtration plant for cryptosporidium. Why did you not urgently demand to begin optimized treatment immediately to significantly reduce lead at the tap and protect our human health, our public health?
Are they pulling out the Antifa group? Looks like they pushed about 8 of them out. Are they going to go up above? Maybe they'll go up above.
Probably go up above.
Yeah, it looks like they pushed
You
away.
like what you heard, thumbs down if you don't.
Item A18, request of Joseph Walsh to address council regarding communications. He is not able to make it and will reschedule.
Very good, next.
There's Joe.
please.
Item 819,
Look at-
request
yeah, we'll let
of
it
Edith
speak.
Gillis to address council regarding public policy and city proclamation to reduce public health risk.
She cut him right off.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That was
I'm Edith
brutal.
Gillis. I originally planned to talk about how the ICE encampment follows some of the highest standards of state and county health safety requirements, and how city policy and Portland Police interfere with that and
Get her
put
up.
public health and safety at
Listen to
risk.
that.
But in the interim, as a medic, Saturday I want to also talk about health and safety that was supported by peaceful civilians and attacked by Portland police. Regarding ICE, we repeatedly were picking up cigarette butts left by others, litter from the public and from the protesters, sanitizing the porta potties and compost toilets many times a day, having hand sanitizer at toilets, food preparation, food serving, and self-serving food. We had health sanitizing and continually cleaning the child care tents, the medic tent, the self-serve over-the-counter pharmacy, naturopath, herbalist tent, the chemical weapons decontamination tent, and the garbage recycling centers, and the compost toileting. I and others hauled away home to our homes garbage and recycling, and we also were continually cleaning that up throughout every hour. I and others machine washed multiple times, bedding, dish towels, clothing, first aid towels, etc. We checked for lice or anything else, we medics, RNs, doctors, other health professionals, fellow healthcare providers, risk management, and food handling professionals were making sure that people knew and abided by food safety and public health conditions. We turned away, and I personally threw away meat or other things that were donated because we couldn't confirm that they'd been kept at the proper temperatures for the proper times. We had from the school electricity for deep freezers, and we had meat because it was considered a racist issue to not have everything vegan as we had earlier planned. We had state and county health department requirements for the 3-system sink system ending in chlorine rinse and air drying. We were continually watching for our patients and having signal threads, texts, so that we can maintain patient care and continuity. We were giving people information about chemical decontamination from ice agents and heat care and providing that for folks. Now, on June 25th, the Portland Police blocked ambulances, emergency exit, legal observers, lawyers, medics, and care providers for those who needed it. And the Portland Police aided and abetted ICE, DHS, police who brutalized sleeping and peacefully assembled protesters who were there to protect the health and safety of Portlanders, especially children. Police threatened arrest, injury for those who were cleaning up the camps, and trying to package and donate materials to help the public safety and health of others. As the Portland Police planted dog poop or human feces and needles at the Chapman Park occupied Portland camp. After we were cleaning up, they planted needles and dog poop at the camp. Saturday, as a medic, I observed Portland Police directly firing at the crowds at face level and torso level. I treated people with head injuries, bleeding injuries, sprains, and chemical weapons that were given to them by Portland Police and by the other fascists who were protected by the Portland Police. One of the emergency room registered nurses who was a medic is now injured, and she's not able to provide emergency care to the public because of Portland Police injuring her.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Wow.
I don't know if the next individuals are left.
Who is she? It's like a medic?
A nurse.
Come up together. Very good.
820, request of Eric Vega to address council regarding Police Directive 810.10 and issues with law enforcement's relationship with immigration enforcement. And 821, request of Teresa Venkata Chalapathy to address council regarding universal review of Police Directive 810.10.
Good morning.
Hi, Mayor, if it's okay with you, if Teresa starts out.
However you'd like to get 3 minutes per person, please. We have lots of business today. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Teresa Venkatachalapathy, and I'm a member of a local people power group that's been advocating for non-cooperation between Portland Police and ICE. We were really happy to see a number of excellent improvements to Police Directive 81010 in February, and we thank you enthusiastically for those. We kept working with some advocacy groups to make sure our city code on this is clear and strong. And especially after recent news coverage on the ICE Council's cease and desist letter, we think it's important for us to sharpen our definition for what kinds of assistance we can provide federal agents who actually have a life or safety issue, while at the same time maintaining our determination not to spend local resources on the enforcement of federal immigration law. With 81010 up for universal review again, we have some recommendations for things that could be improved, and I've included a copy of 81010 with my testimony if you'd like to refer to it. First, the second sentence in section 2.2 implies our officers can detain or even arrest someone for ICE if they present a judicial warrant. However, the federal government cannot require a local law enforcement agency to effectuate their federal warrants without violating the 10th Amendment. So even if our officers technically have the authority to arrest or detain someone on the basis of a judicial warrant, we don't think they're federally required to do so. If that's the case, can Portland prohibit the police force from responding to judicial warrants if they pertain to immigration law? Or at the very least, can Portland emphasize in 81010 that our police officers don't have to effectuate those warrants? We ask the City Council to look into these possibilities. Second, section 3.2 says the Portland Police can provide cover or assistance for ICE operations. We hate the thought of our officers conducting traffic control for ICE raids in our city. We worry they'd find themselves in a situation where they're basically enabling ICE to do unethical things like kicking down doors or forcibly separating family members. Unfortunately, this seems increasingly likely today, and it would absolutely devastate community relationships with our police. Third, section 6.1.1 suggests our officers can help ICE with criminal investigations if they're not related to immigration law. Unfortunately, immigration violations are increasingly being criminalized, and immigrants are increasingly being profiled as terrorists. We'd like to see additional clarifications added to this section so it can't be used as a loophole. Fourth, section 6.2 only restricts officers from sharing the types of personal information that are specifically itemized between 6.2.1 and 6.2.7, and only when it would be shared for the express purpose of enforcing immigration law. The list doesn't cover all kinds of identifying information. For example, it doesn't include license plate numbers, and the intention of using information is not always known. So we'd like that section to prohibit sharing of personal information, including but not limited to the items listed there, and regardless of the stated intent for using that information. We've enclosed a number of additional recommendations from the ACLU of Oregon and from the Innovation Law Lab. During this review period, please work with them, with CAUSA, and with the Portland Immigrant Rights Coalition to make this code as strong as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa. And can I get a written copy? We have.
Thank you, that's tremendously helpful.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Eric Vega. I am representing the Portland Immigrant Rights Coalition. We joined Teresa and People Power in their comments regarding Police Directive 810.10. We have independently met with Sheriff Reese and Chief Outlaw and been impressed with their desire to separate local law enforcement from ICE enforcement. So I wanted to try to give just a little bit of context. I believe that what they're trying to do, their conviction, is that community-based policing is jeopardized by the ugly and divisive actions of the Trump administration and ICE. Their concerns, I believe, are reflected historically. Fear and hatred have been repeatedly used to hurt and exclude immigrants all around the country. I just wanted to give 3 quick examples. In 1790, the Naturalization Act passed by Congress said that the only people that could become naturalized citizens were white people. So it gives a kind of thematic to the way immigration is going to be viewed in this country. 2, in 1882, the Chinese Exclusion Act, Congress, reflecting popular concerns, is trying to exclude Chinese people from coming into this country. And finally, as you know, in the 1930s, there was a major campaign to exclude Mexican people from particularly the western portion of the United States. Over and over and over again, demagogues have used hate and the incitement of violence to go after members of the community. On top of this, in the 1980s and 90s, there were numerous and repeated efforts all across the country to hurt and demonize immigrants. Local law enforcement and governmental policies were devised to force them into self-deportation. In addition,
That'd be
I
funny,
think it's
they came
important
over
to
to
know
take us.
that historically, the first
Sure looked like he
third
was.
major party in this country's history was the Know Nothing Party. And it focused on Catholics, Irish, Germans, and it was both violent and mean. And we're talking about council members, senators, congresspeople, judges that were mobilized to create a massive political constituency to go after people not of this country. And the theme was, how do you use nationalist and racist rhetoric to win power? Because that's what this is about. And it continues to be true to this day. The Trump administration, its keystone is to mobilize a right-wing, populist, anti-immigrant movement. And they're doing everything in their power. I promise to be more quick right now. Today, the rhetoric and policies that you hear from this administration are about separating children from their families, about calling immigrants animals, about denying asylum, about saying that those others should be excluded. It's a violation of basic human rights. I want to end by saying that Teresa's comments are friendly. It is about sustaining and promoting human rights. It is about making sure that the